everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
What's up, guys? Got another Crowfall video for you today. In this video, I'm going to be going over my Speed Demon Confessor build. Before I get into the specifics of the build, I kind of want to show off these first two clips because these will give you a good idea of what the build is about. So this Myrmidon jumps me while I'm killing mobs, and as you can see, this fight is not going very well. This build is very, very bad off of the back foot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my amazing Confessor ultimate, one of the best ultimates in the game, a better stealth ultimate than the Assassin, unfortunately, and use that stealth ultimate to gain some distance and take advantage of the speed bonus that this particular build has. I run really, really fast. I have excellent movement speed with this build. And this guy can see where I'm going because I had a dot on me, so he can see that damage ticker, so he has a general idea of where I'm at, so he knows I'm down here, but not specifically where I'm at. And I hide around this corner right here. And he's going to see me, but it's a little too late. I actually go around the corner, and he definitely doesn't expect that. He notices me, but, you know, it's a little. He was a little slow on the gun there. I retaliate his pull, and now I have the Speedy Retaliate buff and my move speed. Look at this. Look at how fast I'm going. I have, like, Grimia's speed hacks right now. And now I'm going to set up a nice little trap for him. Now I've got a little bit of an advantage in this fight. Going to hit him with tornadoes, and as you can see, very momentum-based. Now I have the upper hand. Hit him with the big absolution. He pulls me. Big difference between starting the fight even just a little bit on the back foot and starting the fight with a very even footing, right? So that's something you got to keep in mind with this build. It's terrible on the back foot. If somebody gets a jump on you, you better run. You better run or you better reset because it's not going to go well. So here's another example. This is a fight that I just sort of jumped into. I saw that some of my Order faction mates were getting attacked by these Chaos guys, so I jump in. What the hell? Why not? Start throwing out my Confessor skills. This build, it's still a Confessor, even though this is not a team fight build. It's still good in team fights because it just is a Confessor, and Confessors are good at that. So here I am throwing out my tornadoes, but here comes the cavalry. Here comes all the Chaos guys, and this is what this build is best at. So it's not going my way. Gotta pop my stealth ultimate, and look at this move speed, dude. Look at how fast I'm going, and that is not even with the escape artist buff. But look at how squishy I am. I just got hit with Aura Emitter. That's the only thing I got hit with, and I'm going to get knocked down to half health by just Aura Emitter. Holy shit. So that kind of shows you what you're working with this build. It is the squishiest thing I've ever played in the game. And I've played a Glass Cannon Slayer. I mained it for a long, long time, and this is the absolute squishiest thing. But as you can see, they can't catch me. Like, I'm gone. The move speed on this is outrageous. It's a lot of fun. So hopefully those two clips give you a good idea of what the movement and escapability of this class is good for, because the rest of these clips are largely going to be fights where I have the upper hand and things are just going well. So let's talk about what this particular setup is good for. So it is not the best harvesting class in terms of escapability or efficiency. It is absolutely not the best ganker. This is not the best heads-up 1v1 ganker. If you want to gank people and get tons and tons of kills, and that's the only thing you care about, there are much better options. Slayer is definitely still your best bet there. But it is very convenient to play. That movement speed, that non-mounted movement speed, you really have to experience it to know what it feels like. It just has a convenience level that is unparalleled. It allows you to do things that other people can't do with air dodging. This is a great class for third partying, meaning that let's say your Order and Balance and Earth and Moon are fighting each other. If you just want to jump in as Sun on a Confessor with this build, it's perfect for it because you have the escapability to get away if things aren't going your way, and you're a Confessor, so you can just throw out your tornadoes and all your other abilities that hit 5 targets and proc dots on them. It's a great class for just jumping in the thick of it. It's a great class if you're just running around and you run into your guildmate who's fighting somebody and you just want to jump into the action. I mean, it's great for that because you can just jump in, jump out, not super committal, so it's great for that, even though I didn't really build it for that. The non-combat movement speed, or the non-mounted movement speed, is just fantastic. Running around the world at basically mount speed, at basically epic mount speed, and honestly faster in some situations, because not only are you almost as fast as an epic mount, you can dodge, meaning that you can air dodge, and you can make certain jumps and do certain things that people on mounts just can't physically do, because they don't have the combination of the movement speed and the ability to air dodge. You can have the movement speed on the mount and the ability to jump on the mount, but you can't do the movement speed, the mount, and the dodge. You have kind of an exclusive movement option there, which means that you can learn little terrain tricks on certain parcels and use that as an escape route. Meaning that you can just, let's say you've got a bunch of mounted guys chasing you, you're not on your mount. They're slightly faster than you, they will catch up to you, but you can do a little special technique and jump on a house and do something in some weird way and move in some way that they just can't replicate, and boom, you're gone, right? Doesn't matter how many people they have because you're the only person that can do that particular movement tech. So mainly this build is very much a middle-of-the-road utility harvesting ganking build. If you're planning on only harvesting, don't run this. If you're planning on only ganking, don't run this. But if you want to do a little bit of both and you want to maybe play something a little different, go about playing the game in a different way, this is a good build to at least mess around on, see if you like it. This build was definitely a creation of a damn near a month of Infected. I mean, I was just bored trying out weird stuff, and I tried this out, and I was like, wow, this is actually kind of interesting. A different way to play the game. So, with this build, you're going to need to pick your engagements and be pretty opportunistic. That doesn't mean that you need to wait for somebody to be at 5% health and kill them, and that's the only way you can get a kill. Nothing like that at all. I just mean just slightly opportunistic, meaning that let's say they're looting a mob and you can get 1 to 2 globals in for free. That's enough. This build is extremely momentum based. This Confessor build is the most momentum based thing I've ever played in the game. Assassin comes close. When you play an Assassin, you get all those buffs up, and especially in previous patches when the Assassin was a little bit better and you got all of your buffs up and your poisons up, there was nothing anybody could do. I mean, you were just ramped up to the point of insanity. This build is somewhat similar, just because you've got a lot of CC you can throw out. You have those sin stacks that don't fall off anymore. You've got the dots. It really starts to avalanche and ramp up on people, where all you need is just a little bit of a head start, just a slight head start of a global or two, maybe 1 or 2 globals and a terrain advantage. I mean, just a slight little advantage. But on the flip side, if you're at a slight disadvantage, you get absolutely bulldozed. It's very much feast or famine. It is very much a case of I win my fights really, really hard, and I lose my fights really, really hard. So much so that I've had people even comment on it in general chat, where I'll kill somebody in general chat, and they'll go, "Holy shit, you destroyed me! But the last time you did nothing to me. What happened? What was so different between this time and last time? The last time I almost killed you, and now you just completely bulldozed me." And the reality of the situation was, I got a little bit of a head start the second time. Or, maybe he saw me first and he got a global or 2 on me first. It's that much of a momentum-based thing with this build. And I can't really explain it. You're going to have to sort of feel it. But I think part of that is due to the fact of the Confessor mechanics, and also due to the fact that I'm just incredibly squishy. So if somebody gets 1 to 2 globals on me, I mean, that's a lot for me. But if I can get them in a CC chain and get them on the back foot a little bit, and maybe playing a little bit defensively, then I can just start snowballing them. So now on to the specifics of what I'm running, and the primary keystone discipline of this build and this concept is Bard, and that specifically is the Bard Song of Speed. That is the linchpin to this particular playstyle. The whole thing hinges on Song of Speed and that really fast combat speed and out of combat speed movement. That's really the key to everything. If you want to really ramp it up, you can run the Twisting Discipline and have an even more enhanced version of Bard's Song of Speed. And for my secondary discipline, I'm running Escape Artist, which gives me 30% movement speed when I retaliate for, I believe, 8 seconds, as well as a stamina refund on my retaliate, which is huge for Confessor because Confessors do not get those by default. So Escape Artist, Juggernaut, Underdog, those are very good disciplines for Confessors, because if you run out of stamina on a Confessor, you are fucked. You are fucked on a whole new level on Confessor, especially if you don't have an ult charge. I mean, you're basically dead. So that stamina refund is great. You can sprint a little bit more carelessly because you have the stamina refund, and if you get caught, it's not quite as bad. So Escape Artist, Bard, those are the 2 majors I run. Escape Artist absolutely is not mandatory. In fact, there is a great case to be made for Underdog. Underdog for Confessors is an insanely good value because of those guaranteed crits. Confessors have an outrageous amount of critical damage enhancement. You get, I think I'm at 155% crit damage percent. That's crazy. And I'm not stacking it. I'm not doing anything special. So crits on a Confessor especially with how high things like Absolution can hit. I'm hitting like 2.3k Absolutions sometimes. I mean, it's crazy. So guaranteed crits on Underdog, absolutely something to look into. I'm running Escape Artist just because, come on, this whole build is about running fast. I got something else that makes me run faster. I mean, it's just fun. It's honestly just fun. It might be overkill, might be completely overkill. Maybe Underdog's better, maybe something else is better. I'm curious what you guys think. But that's kind of the idea with the majors. For the minors, I am using Twisting for the enhanced Song of Speed, just to make that even better. Uniform Leather. I'm kind of questioning whether I will run this long term. Maybe Careless Whisper is a better DPS gain because of how valuable crit is for Confessors, and how valuable crit damage is for Confessors, just because you have stuff that hits so unbelievably hard. So I'm running Uniform Leather currently. I'm curious if somebody can math nerd this out to see if Careless Whisper might be better long term. And for the third, Mortal Sin. Mortal Sin is just incredibly good. I mean, the thing is amazing. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with Mortal Sin. That thing, especially now that the sin doesn't fall off, is absolutely outrageous. I mean, it's crazy good. So, those are the things I'm specifically running. So this build overall, just to repeat what I said previously, is very much a Swiss Army knife, master of none, but, jack of all trades, master of none kind of deal. I can't really put it into words how convenient that non-mounted movement speed is. Not having to, cast a mount for 2 seconds, run forward 100 yards, dismount, get the thing you want, harvest the rock you want, and then cast for 2 seconds, dismount. Like, not having to do that and just being able to seamlessly run around the world and seamlessly, it's unbelievable. Anybody that's run the Song of Speed Bard stuff before will attest to it. I mean, you can't put it into words. The advanced movement options that it opens up are great. The combat movement speed is something I think that people really sleep on. It's really hard to put a value on like combat movement speed. Like, how much does 5% movement speed really help you? But when you quantify it in terms of like, maybe that 5% movement speed means I don't get hit by one extra ability in a team fight. But that one extra ability might be like 5% of the damage that happens in the entire fight. Or it might be something critical like a stun. Like maybe that Myrmidon misses his leap because you are just slightly faster than what he's used to facing. And that's a big thing with this build. And a big reason why I think it's, at least it's good right now in my opinion, is because even though it's very subconscious, like when you're fighting somebody that's moving just a little bit faster than you're expecting, your brain can't pattern recognize, it can't pattern match that quite as well, or quite as efficiently. And that's kind of what I'm banking on, is that just that little bit extra movement speed means that, the thousands of times these people have done this leap, pull, combo, whatever, it doesn't work exactly the same when that guy is moving just a little bit faster. Or maybe when I retaliate and I've got that 30% movement speed and I'm able, he's not used to Confessors having that, and it's just a little different, a little bit weirder than what he's used to. So I think movement speed is a stat that people really sleep on in this game, just because it's hard to quantify. So anyway, that's kind of my thinking. Let me know what you guys think. This is a fun build. I'll definitely be running this just because it's so convenient. Like, even if it's not, from a combat perspective, the absolute best, it's just so nice running around the world as this build. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have any tweaks, improvements, suggestions. I'm very new to the Confessor class in general. I mean, I've played the game for 5 years, but Confessor I haven't put a ton of time into, so I'm sure I'll improve myself on my own personal skills. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you're interested in Crowfall, sign up with the link down in the description. If you sign up with that link, you will get a discount, as well as get into a free beta wave. You'll probably have to wait in line for a good bit to get into the beta for free. However, you can buy in immediately if you don't want to wait in line. So check that out. Get your discount. At the very least, sign up, even if you're not going to buy in. Just sign up. So do that. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.